On the news tonight, Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Civil society group advocates for stiffer penalty for sponsors of vote buyers. Nigeria addressing digital literacy for all initiative. NIMIT predicting 26 rain pattern. Good evening and welcome to the news desk at 7, coming to you from your heritage station. I am Fatima Hassan and thank you for joining us this beautiful evening. The federal government says Nigeria's inland waterways cannot be built on weak systems and limited ambition, but on integrity, ethnic leadership, as well as a well-lawful reforms that align with national priorities. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Ijebu Ode, stressed this at the opening of a 2-day executive anti-corruption capacity building retreat for board members, management and area managers of the National Inland Waterways Authority in Abuja. Chikono Sanwan with a report.
With the theme Strengthening Integrity and Revenue Systems in Inland Waterway Management, the workshop put together by the National Inland Waterways Authority (NIWA) in collaboration with the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC) seeks to equip participants with the necessary skills and knowledge to detect, prevent and respond to corruption risks in revenue processes. The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Ijebu Ode, in a message emphasizes the importance of system integrity in public institutions as a catalyst for good leadership, ethical conduct and revenue generation.
Every waterway, jetty, terminal and right-of-way must be viewed through the lens of value creation within the bounds of the law and public interest. Quick wins are possible. Plugging obvious leakages, enforcing existing tariffs consistently, and deploying basic digital payment system can yield immediate gains. Collaboration with other government agencies, state governments, the private sector, and host communities will be essential to unlock these potentials and opportunities and also to manage risk.
ICPC is willing and ready to work within the confines of its enabling law to help agencies such as yours to prevent corruption through various prevention tools of system study and review, corruption risk assessment, and capacity building.
We must lead by example, speak truth to power, take responsibility for mistakes, reward ethical conduct, and make clear that corruption in any form has no place in our authority.
We are working assiduously with the National Assembly to make sure that this act for Coast Guard is passed. Once that work is done, it will complement the efforts of our marshals, the Marine Police, to make sure that we cover the waterways very well.
These participants are expected at the end of the 2-day workshop to, amongst other things, be able to apply control tools in preventing revenue leakages, enhance transparency with digital and procedural safeguards, as well as promote ethical conduct and internal accountability mechanisms. Chikono Sanwan, NTA News.
The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, and National Youth Service Corps (NYC) are solidifying their symbiotic relationship to foster the nation's digital literacy and inclusion agenda. As of the two parastatals met to discuss the impact and nature of the digital literacy for all initiative, of which the core members are at its core. Chidimam Dubisi reports.
Nigeria's target is to have 95% of its citizens gain basic knowledge in the use of digital devices and software, information and data literacy, content creation, digital marketing, online safety measures, and problem solving on smart devices by 2030.
To achieve this, a program, DL for All, Digital Literacy for All, was initiated, and core members are being recruited as champions that will be equipped with digital skills and then transfer that knowledge to communities where they serve, especially those in hard-to-reach areas. So far, 13,100 core members have been trained as champions, and they are impacting lives.
They have trained more than 500,000 Nigerians. So the impact basically is on the numbers of people with the basic digital literacy. But the end goal is how can those 500,000 Nigerians be able to put their products online, to expand their market reach, to protect themselves from hackers.
From one lesson to another, I had no tech skill, but now I'm a digital
analysts.
80 core members are required from each stream, and we have 6 streams in a year. If NIDA wants more than 80, we have the core members available.
The 8 laptops and 3.5 million naira handed over to the core members by NITDA is to aid their digital inclusion role. In Abuja, Chimdima Ndubisi, NTA News.
Tackling the meanings of vote buying remain a concern for Nigerians as civil society and analysts argue that clauses criminalizing vote buying often focus on petty perpetrators at polling units rather than the political financiers who bankroll the cash for vote machinery. Without strong tracing of political financiers and rigorous prosecution of sponsors, money violence and corruption, guests on Good Morning Nigerian believe will continue to overshadow the will of voters. The discussants want this address in Electoral Amendment Bill. Lydia Sampson report.
The National Assembly's reported approval of different versions of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill has fueled controversy over what exactly was passed, especially on clauses governing technology and result transmission. The guests want more clarity on ambiguity over INEC's power, whether real-time e-transmission should be made mandatory or merely left as may be prescribed by the Commission.
It's a welcome development. Electronic transmission, welcome is good. But we must understand what exactly we want to achieve. We have to begin to look at the institutions. Does INEC have the wherewithal to provide the internet?
Many are not saying it. This whole e-transmission, e-real time is focusing on the presidential election. INEC had never had issues with other layers of election. And you know the big prize in every election is the presidential seat.
They, however, caution that good as e-transmission is, electronic transmission and coalition depends on steady internet, reliable power, and seamless coordination with telecom operators and other support agencies. Yet, this remains fragile in many rural and conflict areas. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria see these flaws as evidence that the entire incentive structure of politics is misunderstood, with public office perceived as a lucrative investment rather than public service. They advocate comprehensive reform, reducing the material rewards of office, tightening campaign finance rule to curb the win at all cost mentality.
For you to maintain the integrity and transparency of the election, the result should be, in addition to signing and collecting to the RA collection center, should be uploaded instantly. Whether it is real time or any other name they call it, but let it be transmitted immediately, so that you have opportunity to compare what is in IRF with what the polling officer took to the collection center.
They called for integrity across sectors, reiterating that beyond legal amendments, technology will fail without integrity in politics, business, civil society, and security services. They urge Nigerian voters to refuse to sell their ballot, officials to reject bribes so as to rebuild trust by treating elections as a collective moral project, not a transactional marketplace. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
For administrative conveniences as well as more awareness question to the public about Senator Olalekan Solomon Yayi's 2027 governorship agenda, a state-of-the-art facility has been inaugurated at Mobile Street, Ijebu Ode, by a group also known as CACO 7202. Correspondents who witnessed the inauguration report that the group also declared their support for PBAT and Governor Dapo Abiodun. Details will come your way in our subsequent bulletin. Ogun State House of Assembly is assuring community leaders and people of Akpore and villages near Erimo in Ijebu Northeast and Ijebu East local government area that immediate steps would be taken to address the forceful acquisition of their land by the military, currently creating tension and apprehension among the residents of the affected areas. The Speaker, Oludaisi Elemide, gave the assurance during an on-the-spot assessment visit to the communities. Yamida Lemo has more.
Former lawmakers from the 3rd to 9th Assemblies joined members of the 10th Ogun State House of Assembly at a special plenary to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the state, a milestone recorded over the years. They described the anniversary as a reflection of sustained good governance, democratic stability, and infrastructural development, which have positioned Ogun State ahead of many of his contemporaries. They commended past and present legislators for sustaining democratic ideals and legislative stability through cooperation aimed at advancing development across the state. The lawmakers called for full financial autonomy for the legislative arm, continuity of 10.
We apologize for the glitch. You are still watching Nta Ijebu Ode at 7. We'll be going on a short break. Please stay with us.
Oh, what a wonderful world of SureClean detergent. Oh yes, you can have a clean and bright wash with SureClean. SureClean detergent is tough on stains, gentle on your hands, and leaves clothes smelling fresh. Oh see, for clean white and all colors, SureClean detergent makes you shine. As you spread it all, you can see the shine of SureClean brightness. Now, wear your smile with pride and nothing to hide. SureClean detergent makes your family clean and happy. SureClean detergent, happiness with every wash.
For joining us. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency NIMET has released data that shows the 2026 rainy season will commence early in most parts of the country. The predictions also indicate that temperatures will rise above normal in the country. Musa Babali, your files in the report.
The hall is filled with scientists, farmers, environmentalists, and disaster managers. They have gathered to hear the 2026 seasonal climate prediction compiled by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET). The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, unveiled the document containing the predictions. The rainy season is expected to begin early, starting around February 23rd in coastal states and from June onward in northern regions and other parts of north-central states. The wet season will end in October in northern states, including parts of Sokoto, Katsina, Jigawa, and Yobe State. It will continue until December in south-south region, as well as parts of the southeast and southwest.
During the season of March to May, severe dry spells exceeding 15 days are likely in parts of Oyo and Ogun states, while moderate dry spells are expected over Ekiti, Kogi, Osun, Ondo, Ogun, Edo, Ebonyi, Abia, Cross Rivers, and Delta states.
The weather agency also issued a temperature forecast indicating that daytime high could reach 36 degrees Celsius across the country, with temperatures climbing as high as 42 degrees Celsius in March 2026.
We have recently set up a team of experts charged with the responsibility of ensuring that the agency is at the forefront of integrating and operationalizing artificial intelligence in our forecasting responsibilities.
Continued investment in modern observation and forecasting systems, capacity building, and effective communication will ensure that climate information is not only produced, but also translated into timely and coordinated action where it matters the most.
The occasion also marks the 140th anniversary of NIMET's establishment in Nigeria from 1886 to 2026. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
In a grand display of love and respect for departed souls, people from all walks of life converged at St. James Anglican Church, Ipereremo, to celebrate the life and death of late Oba Idowu Basibo, the Alakwere of Ipereremo. The country was marked with pomp and pageantry as friends, families, and well-wishers came together to honor the memory of the departed soul in a grand style. Correspondent was at the event and files in the report. The one-year remembrance, which was held at St. James Anglican Church, Ipereremo, and attended by family members, well-wishers, and dignitaries across the board, began with a special prayer for the deceased. In a short admonition, the Diocesan Bishop and Archbishop of Lagos Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, Most Reverend Michael Olushin Ofakwe, emphasized the need to live a righteous and impactful life and be of good benefit to humanity as death is inevitable. Citing the deceased character, Bishop Fakwe pointed out that the life lived by the monarch while he was alive is worthy of emulation.
We remember him for the good life that he has lived, and we are full of thanks and praises to God for the quality life of our brethren. We are praising God for the holy life lived by Him.
Some of the attendees, which include the Executive Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, the Akarido of Remoland, Oba Babatunde Adewale Ajayi, the Ebumawe of Agowoye, Oba Abdurazak Adeshino Adenumba, and others described the late Oba as a philanthropist, humble, an advocate for quality governance and a disciplinarian.
Kabiyesi's transition was not merely the loss of a revered monarch. It was the departure of a visionary leader whose life was devoted to service, to progress, and to the unity of his people.
He was such a fantastic person. So the least we can do is to remember him for his contribution, not only to the traditional institution, but also to the town. He's my bosom friend, nothing about that. And I miss him.
Guests were thereafter entertained at Christ Apostolic Church Primary School, Ikperu, where family members, friends also recounted the impactful life and amiable character that late Oba Ijebu Ode exhibited and described him as an epitome of culture and tradition.
From the onset of his reign, Ikperu witnessed marked progress, physical transformation, and sustained development.
Was very humble to the fault, very Christ-like in his thoughts, in his words, and his deeds.
Late Oba Ijebu Ode passed away in the year 1025 at the age of 68 and was survived by children and grandchildren. That will be all for tonight on our English update. Join us tomorrow for more interesting stories. Do have a wonderful night rest. Bye.
Oh, what a wonderful world of SureClean detergent. Oh yes, you can have a clean and bright wash with SureClean. SureClean detergent is tough on stains, gentle on your hands, and leaves clothes smelling fresh. Oh see, for clean white and all colors, SureClean detergent makes you shine. As you spread it all, you can see the shine of SureClean brightness. Now, wear your smile with pride and nothing to hide. SureClean detergent makes your family clean and happy. SureClean detergent, happiness with every wash.